Nah, the Zoom is crazy on this hoe, but yo, man, what's good with it, man? We outside, man. I'm just taking in a couple things. I really just came to the realization on my journey that I know how to print money, and I know it's like it's not really like a surprising type of thing. Like, bro, I actually know how to print money. I have the skill of printing money. So it don't matter if you give me $300, I am able to grow that $300 account into 10,000, and that is forex and stock options. So I don't care if I have $300 or $500. I have the skill to grow that account from $300 or $500 into $10,000 repeatedly. Repeatedly, I think that's the word. No, I'm not tripping. But I have shown myself that, and the data proves that I can do this time and time again. And I just want to shit, I'm in gratitude to even have that skill. Now, I actually blew a lot of money because it's tricky. When you have a skill, sometimes you get outside of your skill as far as like trading goes when you start gambling. So I just took, in the last 2 weeks, I didn't realize this was last week because it felt like it was so long ago because shit was changing so fast. So the past 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, I lost the most money I ever made. I mean, lost in the market, and I also made the most money I ever made in the market. And the reason why I lost that money is because it all started when I went from trading to gambling. And I think it's a thin line between trading and gambling. And I say that because I started off trading. I started off trading to get to that point. I was actually focused. I was actually in my moves. I actually had my confluences for my trades, and I was actually in a flow. And then literally both times I lost my money was literally on times where Jerome Powell was speaking. So like FOMC meeting was last week. I lost money on that. And before that, it was when he was talking to like some Republicans and Democrats, and it wasn't even like it wasn't supposed to be a live meeting, but he made it a live meeting. I was also trading that, and that made me lose money. And I was both times was unsure times. Like there was times where really no high confluence, so I was basically gambling my money both times. And it's funny because both of those times on both of those meetings on those 2 weeks, what I made the most was literally, it's not only that I chose those times to trade, I actually used the most leverage I used to get to that point. I didn't never use that high of leverage to even get to the point I got to for those accounts, but I decided to actually use more leverage when I was gambling, basically, on those trades. And it wasn't even on both of those accounts that I blew for the past 2 weeks with crazy accounts. Both of those accounts, that initial loss from that gambling wasn't even what got me to blowing those accounts. It was, okay, boom, I take the initial loss. I still got a lot of money left in the trade account, but I'll try to go get that loss back. So I find myself revenge trading, which is still almost like gambling because I'm just entering based off my emotions. I have no fundamental confluences. I have no technical confluences. I'm just entering into the account blow, getting emotional. So one thing leads to another. It's like a ripple effect, and then that just leads to a whole losing streak. However, that's not deterring me from trading at all. That's just a learning experience. I had a lot of time to think about that. Had a lot of time to come to my thoughts, like seeing what I could have done differently. A whole lot of things. I also think about what I could have done with that money. But it also helped me understand, since I did it 2 weeks in a row back to back. Boom, I got money, a lot of money. Boom, lost it. Boom, I got it back again. Boom, lost it. So I'm like, I have the skill to actually do this. I need to have the skill to really, like I said in my last video, maintain it. I need to learn how to maintain it. And it's really not that hard. It's really not as hard as I'm making it on myself. I'm really doing this to myself, and it's really simple things that's stopping me from keeping this type of account up. And once I get back to that point, I know how to treat it, because I never been there before. So now I've been there before, so now I know what I can do when I get there. I have steps in place and things, ways I can approach getting past that point. So I have had to sit down with myself. Yes, I talk to myself. I think all geniuses talk to themselves. But I actually had to sit down with myself and just really thought about different ways I could approach having this much money in a trading account and how I could allocate my funds properly to keep myself from blowing accounts again. But what they say third time's a charm. So I'm looking for a three-peat. You know what I'm saying? You know, 3 strikes you out, but I'm looking to hit a home run on this last go around. I don't care about beating my beating my performance within the day. At that point I feel like I done topped myself. Only way I can beat that is if I have a large account already and I make more gains on top of that. That's the only way I can beat that. So I'm not even trying to compete with myself on that point. I'm just trying to build myself back up to that point, to maintain that point and then grow past it. So that's really where I'm at now with my trading in my head. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I've been focusing on. I haven't been posting any content, anything like that. Right now, I'm really focused on getting back to there because that type of money was liberating. Where I was at in my account was liberating. I'm still not sharing with anybody or sharing with the public where it was at, but it was very liberating. Like, it was like a thing to where I can go full-time trading. So I will eventually reach that point again. I know it, I'm confident in it. I'm not even cocky or excited about it anymore. I'm very neutral on the point, but I'm really saying really sternly, like, I'm gonna reach that point again. And when I do, that's when the beginning happens. It's still a beginning. Like, at that point, it's still a beginning. I feel like a lot of people try to talk about it like as if, oh, I made it to the point. For me, it's just a beginning. Like, even if I lose it, that's still just the beginning of the journey for me. Like, I feel like I'm still in infancy stages. Like, even at that point, it felt like the beginning. It felt like nothing. I feel broke. So it's like, bro, even it don't matter how much money I had. People like, oh, you made it, bro. You woo. No, I didn't. I didn't make it. That still felt like the beginning. It's gone now, but I can reach that point again. And once I reach that point again, it's just the beginning of something greater. It don't stop there. It don't stop. I don't take breaks from that point. No, that is the beginning. I might take a little setback, chill, 1 week, 2 weeks, or something like that. Once I reach that point again, because I see how important it is to take like a 1 week break, a couple days off or something like that. Really think about stuff, really think about what to do, and not share with anybody once I get back to that point, because I don't want any outside influences in my mental, in my brain, in my computer, in my central system that narrates my body, because that shit gave me a whole lot of anxiety with different people's thoughts hitting me all at once and different people's feelings and emotions. And I don't got time to think about all that and try to process that while I'm trying to maintain what to do with my funds. Once I figure that out, okay, cool. It might be cool to celebrate and shit with everybody, but I need to get myself back to that point and I need to maintain above that. And then I can figure out how to, you know what I'm saying, go on with life. Because even having that much money gave me a whole lot of anxiety that I don't like. You would think a person to be happy, crying and all that. No, I was crying when I lost it, but it's more like the feeling gave me so much anxiety. I had so much money. It's like, nah, that shit gave me anxiety. That shit was fucking with me more than making me happy. Like, that shit gave me a lot of anxiety. Like, I'm talking about off the charts. I never felt anxiety like that before. I'm pacing back and forth. Like, I can't think days after days. Like, I'm just heart beating fast. Like, I got anxiety. I'm feeling kind of depressed about having it. So now I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be depressed having it and being depressed with losing it. So I think I'd rather have it and being able to calm myself down, figuring out maybe if I get back to that point and I feel some anxiety, I'll go talk to a therapist. And it's really funny. Like, people think, I'm going to make another video about that, but people think everybody be happy when they make it to that point. Bro, I had hella anxiety. That shit almost felt like depression. But yeah, man, that's just a little update, whatever. I'm really just, like I said, in gratitude. I'm on the roof again, man. I'm in gratitude right now that I have a skill that liberate myself with. I'm not liberated yet, but I can liberate myself with. So that's pretty cool to me though. But y'all be easy, man. Look, certified shit.